Thousands of years ago, God met Abraham in a desert, promising him descendants as numerous as the stars. Today, millions of these promised children call themselves sons of Abraham, but they do not know their Father in heaven. Just as there are galaxies of stars whose light we've not yet discovered, there are entire people groups whose glory has yet to be uncovered. Come with us on a journey to know the unreached of Tunisia, a journey that reveals cultures and people groups that have survived millennia of political and religious upheaval. This journey takes us to the Tunisian province of Tataouine, where we find mountain villages that are inhabited by a people group known as Amazigh. They are an ancient race that thrived in Tunisia long before Arabs from the east brought their culture and religion in the 7th century. Chneni is one of the few remaining ancient villages that is still inhabited by the descendants of the original Amazigh tribes, or Berbers as they are sometimes called. This village has managed to retain its language and traditions over the centuries. Isil is a local project manager of tourism and a lifelong resident of Chneni.
نسكن في قرية شنني، قرية جبلية بربرية، وإن شاء الله نفرحوا بالناس كلهم يتكلمون أمازيغ. اللغة الأولانية الأمازيغ. أول ما يولد الولد يتعلم البو والأم والدار اللي يسكن فيها في المحيط يتكلم اللغة البربرية 3 سنوات، وبعد 4 سنين يدخل التحضيري. ثم جامع صغير قديم برشا يقرروا فيه في الولاد الصغار، يعلموهم شوية قرآن شوية عربي.
The Amazigh are the original people of North Africa. The Book of Acts records that there were North Africans present on the day of Pentecost. The church was established among them in the early centuries of Christianity. Some of the North African church fathers included Tertullian and Augustine, who were of Amazigh heritage. Early generations kept their Christian identity hidden. The symbolism of the cross and other references were used in their everyday life as a secret sign of belief and trust in Christ. It is still incorporated into architecture, artwork, and even traditional tattoos. Today, however, most have no understanding or teaching about their Christian heritage. For years now, there has been a phenomenon of Muslims having dreams about Jesus. Isil is being asked if anyone in the village has special dreams.
مش حلمت، حاجة معروفة نعرفوها احنا في القرية هذه، ديما تصير الحكايات هذه. علاش خاطر فيها برشا وليان هنا، نقولوا احنا بلاصة سخونة. عندك كيما رقود 7 انت تو تنجم تدخل تحوس تشوف تتفرج، احنا لا، كي تدخل لحمك معناتها بلاصة سخونة برشا.
Let's stop here for a moment. It is important to pause and acknowledge what Isil has just said. He is a son of this village, and he is saying it is a spiritual hotspot. What else can we do with this knowledge except see it as an invitation to come and display the hottest spiritual spot of all time, the cross of Christ and his resurrection.
فيها ناس صالحين، فيهم ناس يخافوا ربي. هم شنو البربر هذوم؟ هم في الأصل سون دي كريتيان معناتها. دخلوا الإسلام بعد العرب معناتها، أخر عباد تدخل الإسلام.
Because of their remote desert locations, Chneni and Duret have been isolated from the rest of modernized Tunisia. As a result, they still perform their trades in traditional and less industrialized ways. They live simple lives based on agriculture and a bit of tourism. The making of olive oil is an ancient trade. In Chneni, they prefer to make it in the same manner as their ancestors. which certainly adds to its quality and nostalgic value. Though some might wonder at the lack of industrialization, the families here prefer this lifestyle and spent many years fighting for it to remain their choice.
عام 82 صارت مشكلة في الدولة، حبوا يقسموهم خاطر هذوما البربر قويين برشا، هما التجار متاع تونس اللي يبيعوا في الجرايد، اللي يبيعوا في الخضرة في المرشي القرو كل حماصة، ناس لبس عليهم بالكدا وحتى فلاحتهم قويين برشا وأغنامهم وبلهم عندهم برشا.
Today, the Amazigh in Tataouine are at peace with their Arab neighbours. However, in recent history, this has not been the case. Idez is the project manager for tourism in the ancient Amazigh village of Duret.
ولدت هون ونحب نعيش ديما هنا. دوريت القديمة هذه من عام عندها 1300 سنة. وكيفاش تهجرت القرية هذه؟ تهجرت القرية هذه ثم عام الرئيس بورقيبة عمل دورة بالطيارة، شاف قرماسة دورات شنني، شاف ناس معناها تعيش في الجبل وهو ما يعرفش، فهمت؟ ما يعرفش. الناس راغبة تحب تقعد لهنا، لكن بحكم من شوية فرصة من الدولة هبطوا بنوطة، فهمت؟ شنني كانوا أقوى منا، شنني شدوا الصحيح، ما حبوش يهبطوا كعباتوا برا، شدوا معهم الصحيح بالفرصة، نزلوا عليهم قالوا لا ما نهبطوش، فهمت؟ هبطوا منهم كعبات وقعدت تو حي، وعز حاجة قعدت هكاك حي.
In the 1950s, after the end of French colonization, Tunisia's first president, Habib Bourguiba, decided he must unify the country's people groups. Amazigh villages were traditionally fortified in mountainous areas. Bourguiba incentivized the Amazigh to abandon their cultural identity in exchange for one Tunisian Arab identity. Initially, he tried to build cities and communities down in the plains to force integration and draw the Amazigh out of their mountain fortifications. When they refused to comply, their books were burned and their unique culture nearly eradicated. The Amazigh remained hidden amongst the population in many villages throughout Tunisia. But the 2011 revolution, which ousted the country's second president, Ben Ali, sparked a renewal of the Amazigh culture and identity. They are a strong and proud people. Even the name Amazigh means proud and noble man.
اللي يسكنوا في شنني يحبوا الاطمئنان، يحبوا رواحهم مرتاحين، ما يدخلوش في السياسة، ما يدخلوش في المشاكل متاع البلاد. أعطيه تجي له مطار يصورك القمح والشعير والزيت، يحب يعيش عيشة عادية معناتها. تغيرت في الثورة، بعد الثورة بالضبط تغيرت، خاطر شنني هذه ما كانش فيها ماء، معناتها ما همش لاهين بها برشا، الدولة مش لاهية بها برشا، ما نعرفش علاش، خاطر بربر ولا ما همش لاهين بها. كان ضوء ما يمشيش، كان بلدية فماش شكون ينظف، كان ما حبوش يعملوا لنا الماء، نمشيو نجيبوا الماء بالدواب، فما دي سورس بعاد برشا من. بعد الثورة مع المطالب ومع ناس تجري جاوا عملوا لنا الماء، 2013 جاوا ركبوا لنا الماء. العمدة تاع البلاد، خاطر عندنا عمدة هو اللي يسمعوا الناس، وفما الإمام تاع الجمعة، إمام خطيب الجمعة، هذاك زاد يسمعوا كلام، وثم المدب، عندنا 3 من الناس باهيين، وعندنا شيخ يسكنش لهنا، هو الأصل من هنا، ما يمشي ويجي يحبها برشا القرية هذه، كي يجي في رمضان يلمهم يسمعوا كلامه برشا.
That night in the desert, God spoke to Abraham about things to come. The Amazigh of Tataouine were in the heart of the Father as he spoke. Would you pray that the elders of the community would come to faith in Jesus, taking their place in the family that is justified by faith? Would you pray that they would multiply this faith throughout Shneni and Duret? What would happen if just a few believers who knew their identity in Christ responded to the Lord's beckoning to be a light in this place?